This week is North Dakota's Severe Weather Awareness Week. You'll get to hear from the entire KX Storm team all week on how to be prepared for life-threatening weather no matter where you're at.
Well, yesterday, meteorologist Robert Suhr and John Paul Martin from the National Weather Service told you what to do and where to go during a tornado. And of course, you can find everything that we do this week on KXNet.com. But tonight, I wanted to address some changes in thinking over the years. Now, here's the graphic of the top floor of a house. Now, not everyone has a basement, right? Well, notice all the red. Well, those are rooms that have an outside wall. You don't want to go there. You want to be in the middle of the house. All right. Now, I know the bathroom's green. That's because there's more supports there. But if it has a window, you don't go there either, except as a last resort. Now, if you have a basement, you want to go there. Now, many years ago, it was thought that you should go to the corner of the basement during a tornado. That's wrong. If you go to the corner of the basement and a tornado hits, things tend to end up in the corner and you could get buried. So what you want to do is put as many walls between you and the outside as you possibly can. Main floor or the basement. It's the middle of the room. And make sure that you have KX on really loud because we're going to be watching out for you. Lauren and Nick?
Okay, Tom, thank you very much.
Coronavirus has understandably dominated the headlines over the last few months. We've had to change just about everything in our lives.
Well, something you may not have thought about tailoring is your severe storm safety plan.
Meteorologist Amber Wheeler is here to explain the dilemma millions across the country are facing, and that's sheltering from a storm with others during a pandemic.
Your chances of being injured or killed by a tornado are statistically very low. But if you take that for granted, it can be deadly. That's why even during a pandemic, we have to change our thinking a bit to account for not just our safety, but our health when sheltering. In Pleasant Grove, Alabama, local officials have marked the insides of their storm shelters with tape to help with social distancing. Some shelters in the southeast, where they've already seen severe weather, have even dropped the capacity to account for the needed space, but insist they won't turn anyone away. In some coronavirus hotspots, emergency managers have even kept their doors shut. If you're in need of shelter from a tornado and hesitate due to the coronavirus scares, well, you may want to think again. This is John Paul Martin from the National Weather Service right here in Bismarck.
There's some folks saying that we can't get together for severe weather because of the social distancing we need to do. I don't think that's the right answer. You need to protect yourself from whatever the imminent threat is. And if there's a tornado coming through your community, that's the imminent threat, is that tornado. You need to survive the tornado. If you don't need to worry about anything else, including the coronavirus.
Now, let me be clear here. The KX Storm Team is in lockstep with the National Weather Service on this one. We believe that you should shelter no matter what. But that doesn't mean that you can't take special precaution while in a storm shelter area. The American Meteorological Society issued a statement. They said, do not let the virus prevent you from seeking refuge from a tornado. If a public tornado shelter is your best available refuge from severe weather, take steps to ensure that you follow the CDC guidelines for physical distance and disease prevention. This means you should try to maintain that recommended 6-foot distance and have a mask if you feel necessary. Most of you may be sheltering at home and already have that safe place in mind, but if you're in need of a shelter and have a regular place that you would normally go or a place that you have in mind, it's important to call ahead and contact those locations now. Schools, churches, local businesses, and community facilities, well, they may not be open to you this year. You'll need that Plan B.
Yeah, that's right, Amber. And along those same lines, it's also good to have a plan to know where to report severe weather. Reporting severe weather helps meteorologists like us here at the KX Storm Team, but it also helps meteorologists at the National Weather Service. We have a graphic here that shows areas and their particular weather service with the phone numbers. We'll post this on social media that you can download and print a copy for yourself. And you can also report severe weather, hail, and wind reports through social media. We'll also post this information, and you can also, if you're interested, take an online spotter class. This helps the Weather Service and us with reports from the ground.
Okay, Dave, thank you very much. And thank you to our entire KX Storm Team. Be sure to tune in tomorrow where we're going to go through what it feels like when you're about to get struck by lightning.
Very interesting there.